Red meat is not a health risk. New study slams years of shoddy research. Something I've been saying for a long time. Anyway, let's see what these guys have to say. Studies have been linking red meat consumption to health problems like heart disease, stroke, and cancer for years, but nestled in the recess of those published papers are notable limitations. Nearly all the research is observational, unable to tease out causation convincingly. Most are plagued by confounding variables. For example, perhaps meat eaters simply eat fewer vegetables or tend to smoke more or exercise less. Moreover, many are based on self-reported consumption. The simple fact is that people can't remember what they ate with any accuracy, and lastly, the reported effect sizes in these scientific papers are often small. Is a 15% greater risk of cancer really worth worrying about? They go on to say that study slams lazy research. In a new unprecedented effort, scientists at the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation scrutinized decades of research on red meat consumption and its links to various health outcomes, formulating a new rating system to communicate health risk. In the process, their findings mostly dispel any concerns about eating red meat. We found weak evidence of association between unprocessed red meat consumption and colorectal cancer, breast cancer, and type 2 diabetes and ischemic heart disease. Moreover, we found no evidence of any association between unprocessed red meat and ischemic stroke or hemorrhagic stroke, they summarized. The IMHE, a scientist, had been observing the shoddy nature of health science for decades. Each year, hundreds of frankly lazy studies are published that simply attempt to find an observational link between some action, eating food, for example, and a health outcome, like death or disease. In the end, owing to sloppy research methods, varying subject populations, and inconsistent statistical measures, everything, especially different foods, seems to be both associated with and not associated with cancer. How's the lay public supposed to interpret this mess? Exactly. This is what I've been saying for years. The problem is the research just sucks. Nutritional research in general is quite lazy. And there are people that will say, oh, that's the best we have, and therefore we need to accept that. Again, that's like, I've said this before, it's like boarding a plane. You get on the plane and you notice there's a crack in the wing, half the seats are covered in mold, the pilot up front is drunk, and the landing gear doesn't work. And you're like, I'm not getting on this plane. This is the equivalent of what nutrition science is. It's poor. And to expect people to base their health decisions on that type of stuff is insane. Better research, which we're going to be getting done around red meat, would be looking at people that exclusively eat red meat and see what happens to them. See what happens to them over a course of time. See what happens to them in the short term, see what happens to them in the medium term, and eventually see what happens to them in the long term. That's how you do research about a single thing. It's not confounded with 57 other foods and other variables. It's not hard for them to remember what they ate. It's pretty easy for me on a carnivore diet to tell you what I ate over the last year. I can tell you what I eat friggin' 3 pounds of red meat every day, maybe some eggs. I don't have any recall problems with that. So anyway, that's how you study this stuff. That's how you get the information. In the initial research, every single carnivore paper that exists in the literature shows very good outcomes. Okay? Red meat is a health food unless proven otherwise. Enjoy it, eat more, stop eating the ultra-processed garbage. Watch your health improve dramatically. All right, guys, that's all I got. Let me know what you think.